Okay, this is going to be a video on the LED light bar on the Yakima roof rack, and it's got a remote control app to your phone called BLE DIM, and it's got some great features. And this is a great light bar. It's all LED. It's got diffusers that are stuck on each side. I'm going to use my finger search pointers. They'll snap in and out to diffuse the light a little bit. I just have them in there because I didn't want to lose them. And honestly, I don't think it makes much of a difference. It's got remote control. There's a Bluetooth mounted under the hood at the power supply. And very bright. And you can control the intensity too. I'm going to turn it back on. And then we're going to turn the intensity of it down to 50%. And down even farther. Let me show you how that works again. All we're going to do is slide up and get intensity and slide back down so we're not blinded. I'm going to leave that down a little bit to make it easier to look at. Then if you wanted it to strobe, you could just move that up, and the farther you move it over, the faster it strobes. Probably against the law, but you never know in an emergency. You could signal for help. Who knows? Oh, then the other option that this has is you can select some colors. In fact, any color you want, the entire rainbow. And again, you just move it up to whatever intensity you want for the strobe. And there's some other options here. I'm going to keep it turned down so it doesn't blind me, but we'll still go through all the color spectrums here really quick. It'll also play music. If you turn it on or to your voice, it'll strobe. I think that's kind of dumb, to be honest with you, but I think that it's because this controller works with LED lights that go underneath cars. And I know a lot of the people that have external lights under their cars like that stuff. I've had it before myself. Let me give you a for instance. This is just going to take us through all, and I've programmed all these different light situations in. So like right here, we're going to switch from that's yellow to bright white. This doesn't have any white in it at all. This is just different colors, and we can control how fast the color frequency changes right here, and then you can control how fast the light flashes as a strobe here, and then you can turn it. There we go. Let me turn that down. There we go. So that's as slow as it'll go without any strobe at all. So if you wanted the colors to strobe, you could do that. And why it's not doing the colors, oh, there they go. And in case you get hired by the police department and they want you to drive your own vehicle, which I know is a serious possibility for all of us. That day you have to be deputized. We're just going to take and pop out here to yellow so it gets flashing because it's driving me crazy. No long hold on that. That brings this up. We can select any color we want from purple to yellow to whatever. Or you can grab the solid colors over here. Let's grab a red. And we'll hit red. It brings it up to the top up here. I'm going to select blue. It's going to bring blue up to the top there. You're now a stater. We'll hit check. And now there's a new sheriff in town. There you go. And now you're making money. I actually programmed this out purposely so some knucklehead doesn't grab this and turn it on. Because there's one thing I like to not do is get in trouble. But it's very cool. And you could do this for like green and yellow just as quick. I actually had green and blue programmed in for going to the Seahawks games, and nobody said anything. But blue's a no-no, and red's I think kind of a no-no. And then Amber's for like safety vehicles or construction workers. But you know, the time when you go to the games, you know they'll have the whole motor homes and stuff decked out in light, so you kind of get a pass on that when your car says Seahawks all over it. You can do light blue, and again, you can do a full color spectrum. And you can see as I run my finger around it, I was hoping that it wasn't too dark because I didn't want the camera not to work because of the light outside. But then we can go over here to, you know, different shades of blue to purple, to yellows to greens. A lot of fun. Again, you can bring in the strobe. And it's 280 watts, so it's plenty bright. And then anytime you want to just go back to white, you have that option. And they call this the do-it-yourself page. And there you go. And then obviously you can turn it off. And when you do turn it off inside at the main switch, anytime you turn it back on, it goes back to that setting right there. And I can actually program that to, when I kick it on, to actually be strobing or full on bright like that. And I'm telling you, I can't even look at the car, it's so bright. So I don't know what the reality of what you're seeing on the camera. So we're going to turn that down. And I think it just started raining. You might even be able to see that. So we're going to turn it all the way down to the low setting so I'm not blinded. And that's just a great controller. There's a Bluetooth unit that hooks to the battery power. It comes with the switch. All you got to do is take and drill like a 1/2 inch hole. I used in the Geo on the left side of the steering wheel the extra slots that are in there. I just took one and popped one of those little square slots. If you have one, you know what I'm talking about. I popped that out, drilled a hole through it with my Unibit, and just snapped the plug in. And it's a nice red booted. In fact, let's go take a look at it. I'm on an extension cord here, but I don't see why we can't take a peek. I'm going to set this down a second here and get myself some more cord. The battery was low on this thing when I started. And I'm going to just look through the window here. You'll see that red light on in there. And that's where I installed the switch. And again, I can oh, I've got it set so low you can't even tell I turn the light on. So let's turn that up to full blast. And then all the way back down. And you know, lots of fun, lots of different options. Do you need one? Well, of course you do. It's like having an AR. Everyone needs one. And I just think it's a ton of fun. And so far I've had absolutely zero application for it. But we're just starting to get into the camping season again. And now that I've got my wheel spacers and stuff on the car and my new tires, we're going to go out and beat up on some Jeeps and some Trackers and Samurais. There's some tires down there, but I showed a video on that already. Lots of fun. I hope you guys enjoy it. And have fun geoing.